You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early edition weekly spoilers for Young and the Restless. This is for the week of February 5th through 9th. I've got some juicy early spoilers leaking out for you. I'm excited to share these as we step into the first full week of February sweeps next week. But before I get into all that, if you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Now, as I always do when I do the early edition spoilers, I give you a super fast rundown of the rest of this week to give you some context for next week. So Wednesday, January 31st, you'll have seen Victoria and Cole decide to keep the news about Jordan from Claire Howard. They don't want to stress her out. Victor, of course, shared the news with Victoria and Nick. And then they decide to not tell Nikki Newman for the same reason, because she needs to focus on her recovery. But she sees it online and she's freaking out because she thinks Jordan is coming straight for her. She's probably not wrong. Kyle Abbott defends what he does at work. He's kind of being a pain in the butt on Wednesday. He's being snarky with his mom, who finally says she thinks he's being passive aggressive. And I think this is all leading up to Jack maybe asking his son to go help out at Newman Media for a little while. Victor has some advice for Nick Newman. First, leave the Sally thing alone. You know, just let her be with Adam, and to work less and spend more time with his kid. You know, that invisible kid Christian we never see anywhere. Also midweek, we have Tucker and Nate prodding each other, challenging each other, and it's all about Audra, who of course is lying to Tucker and targeting him and hoping that Nate will join her in her scheme. Then Thursday, February 1st, we've got Kyle slapping back hard at Tucker McCall. I have to guess these guys are going to be talking about Ashley, about Abbott revenge, maybe about Audra. I mean, you'd think they'd be commiserating since Audra dumped both their butts, but Kyle can't stand Tucker, and I think we're going to have, you know, like a little angry toddler fight with those two. Ashley and Tracy are in Paris on Thursday, which is the first day of February sweeps. They are going to be quizzing some staff at the restaurant. There's a photo of them talking to a waiter, or perhaps the maitre d', I don't know. I feel like they are going to hear Tucker's version of the story, making Ashley doubt herself, but I think there's more to it. I think maybe Tucker is playing games. We also have Daniel Romalotti realizing a couple of things about Heather Stevens. He should, about the fact that she's being very mercenary. And the second that Lily is out of town taking care of her daughter, Heather's trying to crawl all over his junk. And that was after she dumped him and fell for another man and then didn't want him back until Lily cleaned him up and polished him up and made him more attractive to her. And now Heather wants him back, and she seems to think she has dibs. Daniel really needs to be thinking about all this carefully before Lily comes back, and I feel like Lily could be back in sweeps. Friday, February 2nd, day 2 of sweeps. We have Billy comforting Chelsea. She's very upset. We do know that Connor Newman is back. Judah Mackey has been back on set taping, and he was having some preteen angst, some tween angst, and went off to boarding school. I have a feeling he's going to be back in Genoa City before too long. And Sally surprises Adam. I hope it's with boxes so she can move in. That's what I want to see. And Victor busts Nikki and Jack. He catches them alone. Remember, they were in her office the other day and Victor was knocking and Nikki wouldn't come to the door. So I wonder if they're behind closed doors again, and Victor pushes his way in and then he assumes the worst. Okay. Yeah. It's not the worst, but it definitely doesn't look good. All right. And then going into next week, our early weekly spoilers for February 5th through 9th. We have just a few, but they're good. Nikki has to explain herself to Victor. Now, if it were up to Jack, there would not be any secrets. He kept telling her, do not lie to your husband. He's part of your support network. Addiction thrives in the dark, and secrets and lies feed your addiction to alcohol. But she's doing that thing. We're like, oh, no, it's fine. I know better, And I don't think Jack is going to let Victor accuse him of crossing lines and cheating on his wife or anything. Daniel, speaking of cheaters, he's starting to have some regrets about what he did with Heather Stevens, but you can't unring the unfaithfulness bell. He hopped in bed with her. And then Heather's attitude was, well, you guys aren't really in a committed relationship. Come on. She's just playing games, semantics. I don't feel sorry for Daniel, and I hope Lily shoots him down and kicks his butt out of town and fires him everything. Not sympathetic to him at all. Ashley is going to be stunned to think for a moment that Tucker told the truth. I don't think he did. I think Tracy may need to help her sort this out, because I feel like he may have bribed some people just to make Ashley doubt herself. Not for any reason other than just to screw with her, because their marriage is over, they're divorced. So it's just petty games if Tucker did this. Jordan is back to torment the Newmans with murderous mayhem. I did a standalone video on this the other day, but I'm worried about the fate of Cole Howard, because he is disposable, and a good February sweeps includes a killing. So yeah, Claire's daddy might have a sell-by expiration date on him. Do I think Jordan would kill her nephew? Yeah, of course she would. She's horrible. She's a nutbag. All right. Connor Newman should be back in sweeps. We do know he's on set filming. I mentioned that before in relation to the Chelsea stuff. I don't have an exact air date for him, but it could be, I don't think it's going to be next week. I think maybe Valentine's Day or later, but we'll see. Diane and Victor are very concerned about what's going on with Nikki and Jack. I'm guessing they're going to have a conversation. And I don't think Diane thinks Jack is up to, any infidelity or anything, but I don't know how much Nikki and Jack have told Victor and how much they've come clean to Victor, because Victor may still have some suspicions. And then Diane's going to be in a rough place because she promised she wouldn't say anything about what Nikki's going through. But then again, it's Nikki's husband asking. Oh, what a soapy mess. And Sally and Adam take things up a notch the following week. And again, I'm still hoping for moving boxes. That's what I'm hoping to see, but we'll see how it goes. That's all of the early weekly spoilers I have for you for February 5th through 9th. Please drop your comments on what you're excited to see. Click subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely come back soon, because I'm here talking Y&R with you 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.